In me being broken up with last year, I allowed myself to actually feel my anger because I was making sure that I felt all my emotions as they came. That way I can process everything. Because if you feel something and you bottle it inside, that bottle's going to explode because it's overfull of emotions. And then you're going to be forced to feel everything all at once. We don't want that. That's not healthy. But so I allowed myself to feel my anger, right? If I was sad, I would evaluate, okay, why am I sad? This is why I'm sad. Why am I sad? What kind of triggered that sad? Like, what's going on, right? And so in my anger, I don't allow myself to get angry because I can quickly diffuse my anger. And I've been doing that since high school because I used to get, like, my anger is like a fuse, like just a quick light of a match. Like, it's bad, okay? So in my early 20s, like in high school, in my early 20s, okay, I don't know how I'm trying to say this, but in my early 20s, I would sit there and I started evaluating. I wanted to become emotionally intelligent. So I would sit there and I would evaluate, okay, this triggered this emotion. So this is why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. This is what this emotion is. I wanted to understand my emotions, why I was feeling all this stuff, right? As emotionally intelligent. So in that, I was evaluating and understanding like how I'd be in high school, my anger in high school. And I figured out, oh, okay, I was really angry in high school because I was overstimulated. I got ADHD. I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD until I was 24, but I have ADHD. So that's why I was overstimulated, because there was all this stuff going on. It was just so much. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that because it's not relevant. So I got broken up with last year, and in me getting broken up with, I started allowing myself to feel every emotion that came as it came. And one of those emotions that came up was anger. I wasn't angry at that person. This has nothing to do with that person or that relationship, because I'm over that. I'm over that person. I have processed, healed from it, and let it go. This ain't got nothing to do with them. They're not relevant to my life. But I just want to talk about anger because I think people are scared of anger because of how angry some people can get, how scary anger could be. And it is a scary thing. I hadn't really allowed myself to feel angry until last year. And it was like, okay, why am I angry? Why am I so angry? And I was angry at myself. Like, because I felt like I was the downfall of the relationship. But also I was angry at myself because I allowed disrespect. I stayed in a situation where I didn't trust the person because of something they did at the beginning of the relationship. I didn't feel secure in the relationship. The relationship brought up a lot of insecurities within myself, and I allowed that shit. Like, I was angry at myself for allowing all this bullshit that not only I contributed, but they contributed as well. It takes two to tango. Okay, so I was angry at myself for my actions. I was angry at myself for a lot of stuff. And like I said, to this day, you can put the blame on me for why that relationship didn't work, because it's kind of a coulda, shoulda, woulda. Like, there's no guarantee that if I was on my P's and Q's and I did everything perfectly, that it would have worked out. I'm glad it didn't work out because I wasn't happy. Like, I would be happy for a little bit, but at the end of the day, I didn't trust that person. And I know that person didn't trust me because in order for me to find out what they did at the beginning of the relationship, I had to break their trust and go through their phone. Bitch, 2 plus 2 does not equal 5, okay? So, it was really that thing of, I would sit there, I didn't fully trust the person. I wasn't fully comfortable with the person because I couldn't fully go to this person and say, hey, you said this or you did this and it didn't make me feel good, or it made me feel like this, and my emotions will always be dismissed. And honestly, I think there were times where I may have dismissed their emotions as well. And it's like, why would I do that? But it was also like, I'm gonna mirror what you're doing. So if you dismissing my emotions, I'm gonna dismiss your emotions. Why would I allow myself to stay in a situation like that? Why would I allow myself to stay with somebody who thought that me trying to talk about our emotions and for us to be our best selves as an argument? So I was really angry at myself for a lot of that. And now I have to forgive myself. We did what was best for us at that time. What we thought was best for us at that time. We've learned and we know better now. We've grown, you know? So, and like, I think a big part of that relationship, I realized after the fact, and I think I was angry at myself over this too, was I could feel myself having to revert to an old version of myself that I already outgrew just to be able to try to communicate with this person. And I was angry at myself because of that, because I know better. Even at that, even in that, I knew better. So I think I was just angry at myself because I allowed, oh my goodness, I allowed so much buffoonery. Okay, that's why I was angry at myself. I allowed so much buffoonery. I allowed so much disrespect. And I stayed when I had thought about time and time again, maybe I should leave. But what kept bringing me back and making me stay was maybe it'll get better, maybe it'll change, maybe they'll grow. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have to sit there and think that every time you're with this person or every month you're with this person or whatever, they're not gonna grow. They're not gonna change. They're not gonna do better. Leave. Okay? The first sign of disrespect, leave. The first time they make you uncomfortable, leave. You don't have to give a reason either. But if you want to explain to them, hey, I felt disrespected, if they don't understand it, that's on them. That is not your duty to explain that to them, right? But I was just so angry at myself for allowing everything that I allowed and for my actions and for the part that I played in it, because I know better. I was raised better. I know better, you know? So that doesn't make that person a bad person. Like I said, this ain't about them, but that doesn't make them a bad person. Just sometimes two people just ain't supposed to be together. Sometimes two people just don't fit together, right? So yeah, I mean, anger, so even now, me allowing to feel my anger, it's still scary to me because my anger lights like a match so quick and it will burn like it. Oh my God. I want to hit things. Like when I was younger and I would get angry, I would hit myself. So I have to like go like this so I don't hit myself or I don't hit something when I allow myself to feel my anger now. And that's really scary. So that's why I'm like, I've never suppressed my anger, but I need to it's hard. It's hard. I can control my anger, but it's so bad. I don't have a temper, but that anger is bad. But like I said, I really only get angry at myself at this point. I don't get angry at nobody else. I get annoyed. I'll be like, man, this person is annoying as hell. What the fuck? But I get angry at myself. And I think that's the worst type of anger, is you getting angry at yourself. But I get angry at myself because I know I could do better. I know I could be better. Or like if I'm thinking negatively, I get angry at myself because I know, like me sitting there being like, man, like maybe I am too much. Maybe like nobody wants to be in a relationship with me because maybe I do ask for too much. Maybe I do too much. Man, I don't fucking know. Right? I take the blame on that shit too. Nobody wants to be in a relationship with me because I'm the common denominator. What else could it be? Something's wrong with me. I take that responsibility. But I don't know, just sitting there and like, I get angry at myself for thinking that too. Because it's like, you know you deserve better. You know you want it and you deserve it. So like, why would you think like that? And that's the crazy thing with anger, is like, sometimes it don't make sense. But I think that anger at yourself is the worst type of anger. So, but yeah, too long didn't read. Self-anger is really, 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 really bad. It's an emotion. It's natural because it's an emotion, but you have to learn how to control that with any of your emotions, you know? don't stay with somebody or somewhere where you don't feel welcome and you don't trust them or whatever. And just continue to be your best self, no matter how that may be. So, yeah, that's really it.